Okay, so I found these guys at Lowe's this year. I think they were $3.79 a piece. I got the Corpse Bride and Victor, and I fell in love with them immediately. I liked the base of them. I know that Spirit Halloween does some too, but I thought these ones just looked really accurate and just need like a little bit of kind of help to get to where I wanted them to be. And I got inspired, so here's my upcycling.
Follow us. We're moving this wedding party upstairs. With this hand, I will lift your sorrows. Your cup will never empty, for I will be your wine.
So I thought Victor looked pretty good.
With this candle,
of course his legs are a little skinny, so I know I'm just going to need to fill those out a little bit.
With this ring,
and his arms too. They definitely are a little thin.
To be mine.
With her, I felt like her face needed a little bit of work. Definitely her hair. Her hair was like a cheap Halloween wig. And just maybe like her dress too. Like I could add some layers of fabric. Just kind of fill it out a little bit more and just make it a little bit more whimsical and stuff. I thought about painting the bone on her arm and leg, but I ended up leaving it alone because I kind of like the off-white. For him, my idea was to give him a face paint. He looked a little bit just kind of light on the face makeup. His lips are like not even colored. And then just kind of go over his suit a little bit. Fill out the arms like I said. It looks pretty good so far. I was really impressed with these all over. So I started by removing her wig and just giving myself just a base to work with. That way I could like paint her face and get that all set up. And that's the wig I took off of her. I ended up removing the blue wefts from the wig cap so I could just reuse the wig cap. And I just saved the blue wefts for another project. I have a lot of different crafts I do, so I just put those aside. And I ended up just reusing that wig cap for her new wig and just tying the different pieces of yarn into the holes, keeping the same size all the way through and just kind of cascading all the way up. Kind of going in like 2-inch layers until I reached the top. And it definitely looked a lot more accurate than the wig that was on her before. A lot more like the movie characters version. I was really happy with how it came along. This is the first time that I ever made anything like this before. I've never made a wig or anything before, so this was fun. So this is what it looked like once I was done giving her a little bit of a face up. Darkened her eyelashes, eyebrows, gave her a new lip color. And this was me working on the wig, just gluing down some of the wefts to hide that skull cap, so that way it wasn't showing. We did a little preview, try on, that way I could see what it looked like. It was looking really good. I liked the way it looked, so I decided to get it glued down. So this is what her veil looked like before I did anything to it. Just really simple, light blue kind of tulle with a few blue flowers on the front. I didn't have any problem with it. I just wanted to add maybe another layer of fabric, kind of use it as a template to cut another piece out, and just kind of add a little bit more zhuzh to it, so to speak. Oh, whoops. I just happen to have the perfect curtain fabric for layering this, so I just sewed it to the veil top part crown and then just laid it out underneath what I already had and just like I said used it as a template and just cut around it. I knew I wasn't going to have to make it perfect because it is the Corpse Bride, so she does have some rips and tears and imperfections to her veil. once I was done with that, I just went back into the crown and started filling in more silver and green flowers, just colors that made sense, just to kind of fill it out more. So for the skirt, I just took that other curtain panel and just kind of did the same thing with the veil. No template for this one, I just cut around the edges to make it look more corpse-like and give it those kind of like sharp edgings. Victor's face-up was a lot more simple. I just used a lot of black for his face, just darkening his eyebrows, creating some ear holes, darkening his mouth, and bringing some more black into his hair just to make it nice and vibrant. Once his head was back on, I started on his arms to create more of a structure. I used a nice gray felt and I just created just basically a sleeve over his old sleeve, just to thicken it up a little bit and make it look a little nicer. So to begin with, the legs were just two really thin poles. I just went in with actually some of the packing material that came with the box and some tape and just used those to thicken them up around the edges. That way I could put his pants back over them and they would be a little bit thicker.
If I touch a burning candle, I can feel no pain. Yet I feel my heart is aching, though it doesn't beat, it's breaking. And the pain here that I feel, try and tell me it's not real. I know that I am dead, yet it seems that I still have some tears to shed.
I will lift your sorrows. Your cup will never empty, for I will be your wine. With this candle, I will light your way in darkness. With this ring, I ask you to be mine. Please, there's been a mistake. I'm not dead.